Picture this for a second. You wake up, you're in your 80s, you look back at your one and only existence on this planet, and it suddenly hits you. You're no happier than you are right now today. You spent decades relentlessly chasing things that just didn't actually matter. You were constantly frustrated, perpetually distracted, and ultimately, you wasted the only life you were given. This terrifying reality actually has a specific name. It's called the profound danger of misliving. So ask yourself right now, honestly, are you wasting your life? Look, it's a heavy question, but it's an absolutely necessary one. Most people are kind of just blindly feeling their way through the dark, right? They're guided only by their evolutionary programming, chasing whatever feels good in the moment and running from whatever feels bad. They repeat the exact same mistakes year after year. But without a compass, you risk arriving at the very end completely empty-handed. In this A Guide to the Good Life summary, we're going to explore how author William Irvine argues that the absolute best antidote to this tragedy is adopting a conscious philosophy of life. This explainer will unpack the ancient, deeply practical frameworks that ensure you don't just survive your days, but actually master them.
Okay, part 1. The goal of tranquility.
To avoid that tragic fate of misliving, we desperately need a daily philosophy that drives true success and lasting personal growth. And the ancient Stoic philosophers, they had a very specific, unwavering target in mind for this: tranquility. Now, when you hear the phrase Stoic tranquility, you might instantly picture this dull, zombie-like state, like a person completely stripped of all human emotion. But that is completely wrong. True tranquility is a state of absolute mindset mastery. It's the active, intentional absence of toxic negative emotions, like crushing grief, chronic anxiety, and blinding anger, and the powerful, undeniable presence of joy. By aggressively clearing out those negative emotional traps, you actually unlock the ability to truly delight in the world around you. And this is exactly where Stoicism becomes incredibly practical for our modern, everyday lives. It doesn't demand that you give up everything and go live in a barren cave somewhere. The ancient Cynics believed you had to reject all earthly comforts to be pure. But the Stoics? They strongly disagreed. Listen to Marcus Aurelius, who was an immensely powerful Roman emperor. He said, "If you must live in a palace, you can also live well in a palace." The cold logic here is actually pretty simple. If you have creature comforts, wealth, or amazing friends available to you, absolutely enjoy them, but never ever become deeply attached to them. You literally must be mentally prepared to let them go at a moment's notice. It's all about enjoying the things life offers without ever letting those things own you.
Let's move to part 2, the Stoic toolkit.
So, how do we actually achieve this bulletproof tranquility? Because good intentions just aren't enough. You need serious action for self-improvement. One of the best psychological weapons for this is a technique called negative visualization. It might sound a little counterintuitive at first, but it is pure genius. In fact, William Irvine considers this the single most valuable technique in the Stoic arsenal. It basically means taking a quiet moment to periodically reflect on the possibility that you have already lost the things you value most. Imagine that your partner has left you, your car was stolen overnight, or you unexpectedly lost your job this morning. Instead of making you miserable, this practice instantly shatters your complacency. It forces you to intensely value and appreciate the people and things you have right in front of you today. There is this absolutely brilliant insight from the philosopher Seneca. He robs present ills of their power, who has perceived their coming beforehand. Think about it. Misfortune always crushes the person who expects nothing but good luck. But if you have already vividly visualized the worst-case scenario, you completely strip the disaster of its shock value. By anticipating adversity and remembering that people are mortal and that literally nothing lasts forever, you build an unbreakable armor around your personal tranquility. And all of that mental armor is powered entirely by your willpower. You really need to start thinking of your willpower exactly like a muscle. If you always choose the path of avoiding discomfort at all costs and constantly seeking the easiest route, that muscle rapidly atrophies. You just become a slave to your own impulses, endlessly distracted by every passing pleasure. But if you practice voluntary discomfort, wow, that changes everything. Periodically choose to underdress for the freezing cold, skip a meal and fast for 24 hours, or just sleep at night on the hard floor. By intentionally doing the things that others completely dread, you forge immense courage and unshakable self-control.
Part 3, mastering others in anger.
We can master ourselves, but hey, the real world is still full of overwhelming friction.
toxic people, sharp insults, and the burning fire of our own internal anger. When someone aggressively insults you, your natural evolutionary reflex is to just get furious, right? But the philosopher Epictetus reminds us of a hard truth. It's not the person who insults you that actually hurts you. It's your own internal judgment that you've been insulted. So here is the ultimate sting elimination strategy. Step 1. Pause and ask, is the insult true? If it is, why be upset by the truth? Step 2. Consider the source. When a dog barks at you on the street, you don't let it ruin your day, do you? You don't think, oh no, that dog doesn't like me. Step 3. Pity their flawed character. People who hurl insults are often just overgrown children. They don't deserve your rage, they deserve your genuine pity. Let the insult bounce right off you. So the crucial point here is that anger is literally just brief madness. Seneca famously warned that no plague has cost the human race more than anger. Just think of the destroyed marriages, the ruined careers, the literal wars started, and the wasted hours spent fuming over minor inconveniences. Being perpetually angry is a tremendous, unforgivable waste of your precious time. The things that make us angry rarely do any real lasting harm to us. They're usually just temporary annoyances. Next time your blood boils, you need to zoom out. Look at the cosmic insignificance of the situation and fight that fiery anger with cold, hard logic. If it doesn't make logical sense to be angry, then simply refuse to be. A huge part of minimizing that daily frustration really comes down to analyzing what we actually desire out of life. Think about the stark contrast here. Natural desires like needing water when you're deeply thirsty or seeking shelter from a massive storm, those can actually be satisfied. But unnatural desires, the obsessive craving for endless wealth, supreme luxury, the absolute newest status symbol, these are a dangerous trap. They can never be fully satisfied. Pursuing them is pure lunacy because they will never, ever bring you true contentment. Your self-respect, your trustworthiness, and your high-mindedness will always, always outweigh the temporary thrill of a luxury watch or a massive bank account. Okay, let's dive into part 4, powerful key takeaways. If you really want to integrate these life lessons into your daily routine, this is your foundational blueprint. From this whole book summary, here are the main lessons and key ideas you absolutely must burn into your memory today. 1. Adopt a philosophy to avoid misliving. Do not just wander through your one life on autopilot. 2. Relentlessly pursue tranquility over mere physical comfort. Master your mindset to unlock true, lasting joy. 3. Practice negative visualization. Vividly imagine losing what you love so you can intensely appreciate it right now. 4. Exercise your willpower muscle via voluntary discomfort. And 5. Fight all anger with cold, unforgiving logic. Do not let overgrown children steal your inner peace. These are not just nice quotes, guys. They are actionable frameworks for unparalleled success. Which brings us to our final section, part 5, the art of stealth. Now you've got this incredible toolkit. You're ready to transform your life and step into your full potential. But there is one final, absolutely crucial rule for actually bringing this powerful philosophy into the real world. It's called stealth stoicism. When you discover something this life-changing, the immediate urge is to just shout it from the rooftops, right? You want to loudly tell your friends, your family, and your coworkers all about your amazing new mindset. Don't do it. William Irvine's vital advice here is to practice your philosophy completely unobtrusively. If you loudly brag about your newfound stoicism, people will likely mock you, label you, or honestly just wait for you to inevitably slip up and fail. Keep a very low profile. By flying under the radar, you stay entirely focused on your own path, your own daily discipline, and your own internal tranquility. Because at the very end of the day, your actions must speak infinitely louder than your words. What matters isn't your flashy ability to quote dead Roman emperors or how well you can recite philosophical principles at a fancy dinner party. True success in the good life is measured exclusively by how you actually live your life when no one else is watching you. So take a hard look at your life right now. Are you just talking about being better, or are you actually doing the invisible work? Stop talking, start living, and build a reality you won't regret when you finally reach your 80s.